Welcome and hello, my beautiful Geminis, my beautiful twins. Here is your 3-month July to September energy read. This is something new that I'm incorporating into my videos, and let me know in the comments if you would like me to continue doing them. So you will be getting the energy read for July, August, and September. So let's see what we have here, my beautiful, beautiful Geminis. Coming in with your first energy card, you've got the Dove Spirit for July. So this is about the card of peace and being at peace. And, you know, a reminder that you need to enjoy every day, and every day is a good day to meditate and put yourself in that quiet, sort of peaceful mode. And, you know, remove yourself from the turbulence that you might be dealing with and take your place to that beautiful peace and tranquility. It's okay when you're dealing with people or energy around you or opposing energy. You can agree to disagree. We don't always have to go into battle mode. We don't always have to, you know, feel that we have to compete or explain ourselves constantly. And I think you're going to find in July, you're going to find things are going to be a lot better in that department for you. The peace you seek rises within and spreads out into the world. You know, I think, you know, it's powerful when you can show your compassion and how you feel inside. What you throw out into the universe, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, what you throw out into that universe comes bouncing right back to you tenfold. So be sure it's positive. What you want to receive from other people, the compassion, the understanding, the patience, whatever it is you want to receive from other people, you will attract that by demonstrating it and throwing it out there yourself. But I think you're going to be seeing things with more clarity. Things are going to become more clear. You're going to be able to understand where you stand, maybe in a situation or with people or your job or your career or anything right now, the phase you're going through. You're going to be in a much calmer place. And that's because clarity is being initiated. You're going to be able to see situations, you know, the way they are. And that in itself is going to give you this peace of mind. Okay, and that's what this is about. I think that, you know, in July, you're going to be in a better place as far as any unresolved issues, you know, anything that you were unsure of, that you felt, you know, you didn't have the answers to. I think you're going to get them so that at least you're going to be able to know things clear and concise where you can have that breath of relief. So in July, you have the 10 of Wands, you have the 5 of Pentacles, and you have the 2 of Swords. So I do believe that you're in a position where you do feel that you've had to deal with some opposing energy. You're constantly feeling like you're having to battle on and move forward, and you push yourself every day. It's almost drudgery, some of you. And I think, you know, the month of July, you're going to still feel that energy of having to forge forward, going after what you want. But at the end of the day, you're going to learn from that. You're going to start to pace yourself. You're going to start to let go of the burdens that you don't need to carry anymore. You're going to start to allocate jobs to other people, or letting things go, or just taking a respite and a time out, not pushing yourself so hard. You know, you've succeeded. The 10 of Wands says you did great and you pushed through all those obstacles, but now it's time for you to go in a much more peaceful direction. And I do see that happening. Because when the 10 of Wands comes up in a reading, it's all about how hard you've worked for something. And at the end of the day, you will see that you're moving forward in a better new position. You've let go of what you don't need to carry anymore. You don't need those burdens. You don't need to do that work anymore. You're working too hard and you've put in many hours perhaps, and there's a need for balance now in your professional and in your personal life. Maybe you're trying to do too much, my beautiful Geminis. You know, a good first step is to be willing to accept assistance from others and allocating those jobs to other people. There's hope for a successful resolution here in your situation or your projects. However, it's best if you cut unnecessary or burdensome activities from your schedule. Slow your pace to a more comfortable level, okay? I mean, all work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy and also exhausted. No fun to be with. So there's always darkness before the dawn. And I do believe you're going to see this piece start to evolve, come through here. And any stress-related health problems, I think they're going to be be alleviated. Don't tap into any overexerting yourself here. I do think that, you know, you've struggled hard, you've made it to the summit, and now you're coming down the other side of this mountain, and things are going to be easier. The next part of your journey here that you're traversing is going to be a lot easier. Now, Five of Pentacles says you feel sometimes that you're isolated. You feel that you're battling the world on your own. You feel as though, you know, you feel lack and loss, and you get yourself into that negative state of energy. And we've all been there. Gemini, I get it. We all get those. We're not perfect. In the perfect world, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful? All rainbows and, you know, you know, beautiful and butterflies. But it's not that way. And we learn to cope. We get those coping skills, and we learn to tap into our higher self, lean into that, of the sources and the powers that be to guide us. So you've got help here. When this Five of Pentacles shows up and you don't have the answers you need to everything to help you move forward in a positive direction, that's where we have to do our research. And you've heard me say this 1,000 times, Gemini, you're the Google queens and kings of this, you know, out there. You do your research well. You want to be accurate. You want to know these things so that you can feel this peace and clarity. So reach out. She sits here with the key and the door opening here, the keyhole, and all she has to do is reach out and get the answers she wants. Make those phone calls, make those connections, do those texts, whatever, write those letters, whatever it is you need to do. Go to the powers that be that can bring you the assistance that you need to bring you that clarity, that all over well-being, and saying, hey, we're here for you. You don't have to internalize this problem. You don't have to take this burden on your shoulders anymore. And I think you're going to do that. I think this is why things here with the Ten of Wands are improving for you, because you're going to be able to get the assistance by going forward and asking for it. Okay, don't be afraid. If it's money you need, go to those the powers that be that you feel that you can lean into and get a loan. Or if it's, you know, emotionally dealing with stress, maybe it's a health issue, you know, it could be emotional, spiritual, or physical. Go where you need to go to get those answers, and you're going to get that peace and well-being. Two of Swords says, yeah, you're always conflicted. You're worrying. There's decisions and choices that you have to make. And it's almost like you've reached a point where you're going to say in the month of July, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of carrying this load on my own. And that's where you're going to ask for help. Okay, I think you know, you're going to get the clarity. If some of you are dealing with a legal issue here with this Two of Swords, then retain the help you need. Okay, the counsel that you need, the mediator that you need, someone who's biased, who can lay the cards out on the table and say, okay, this is what you've got to gain. This is what you've got to lose. You have this. It's clear and concise now. You can see how to make this decision. So some of you could be dealing with a matrimonial issue. You could be dealing with divorce. You could be dealing with the disbursements of property, you know, settlements of some sort, anything like that. I think that if you see the situation, and remember, I always see with this Two of Swords, compromise. We can't always get 100% of what we want. You might get offered something and you'll say, well, I want more. And we all do. But you may have to be realistic, and you may, in order to make this decision, to sign this piece of paper, this document, to agree to something, whatever the case is, then, especially if it's legal, then you may have to step up and say, okay, this is what I'm going to have to take, and you're going to have to compromise. Okay, so I do think things are going to get easier for you. The burden's going to be lifted. You're going to feel an all over feeling of peace, because you're tapping into the sources that you need to, the powers that be, to help you get through and make a very calculated and accurate decision. Okay, coming in with the month of August, you've got Unfinished Symphony. Okay, interesting card. Basically, you know, unfinished business, right? Maybe it's an incomplete lesson you're learning. Maybe it's lack of closure, the need to make amends. This is a time to tie up loose ends. Okay, so as you near the completion of a cycle or a project and mastery of a lesson or a skill, before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now, or people you're dealing with right now. Okay, if there's been some unresolved issues, you've got to be open about it, and you've got to discuss it and communicate. You know, you can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what is past so that, you know, you can finally end on a high note. Okay, so I think moving on is difficult. if it has to do with love, okay, and it lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound in the relationship when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, that's what you're wanting. You're wanting this peace, right? Accept matters as they are. Make amends if need be, and declare your feelings even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can you be open to new opportunities coming in towards you. You know, if it has to do with your job, make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. You know, maybe you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything, but even just more confusion and clutter. There is a time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks you've accumulated. So be responsible, pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in assignments, complete a work of art. Whatever you've been doing, you need to tie up loose ends so you can move forward. Okay, and you're going to have a clear and concise view now, you know, a sight line of where you want to go on your path. So this is dealing with situations, clearing them up, resolving them that way. Now let's see what we do have for August. You've been given the Fool, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So the Fool says, don't be a fool. Make sure you do clear up and unfinished business. Make sure you do resolve those issues. Make sure you do complete, you know, whatever the task at hand that you've been working on. Don't leave things unfinished and unsaid. Okay, unresolved, in other words. So I do think that if you do your preparatory work here and you prepare yourself, you've heard me say this, don't go jumping off that cliff without checking your parachute, then you're going to have a soft landing. Then things will be resolved. Things will be easy for you. There may be something that you've been wanting to do for a very long time. And the universe says, this is your time. This is your opportunity to take a hold of that and go for it. But be sure you know this is what you want. Be sure you know what you're getting into. Be sure you're accurate now. And then you can take that leap of faith. Okay, so, you know, don't be the fool, be ready. But I do think you're going to be careful, and I do think you will be able to have everything at your fingertips to go forward and do what this is you want to do, this passion, this event, this endeavor, this you know, beautiful new direction. You're going to have clarity because you get this aha moment with the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about opening your eyes to something new and exciting that's coming in. Okay? You know, expect great inspiration to come in, and possibly from an event or a situation that's previously troubled you and brought you down and concerned you. Okay? So you're focusing your thoughts now on what your future can look like, on your long-term goals. And now you can create that plan. Okay, go forward. Do what it is you want. You want to see the truth in a situation, and you're going to get it. Okay, that's clear and concise, and that's what's going to happen here. And you're going to have a new understanding that replaces any misconceptions you've had about a situation. You're ready to go forward because you're going to have clarity now to take this leap of faith. You're going to know what it is. What is it? Is it the dollar line? Is it the money you need? Is it the partner in your life? Is it the security, the longevity of a situation? Is it the job? Whatever it is, now you're going to have clarity about it. So it can sometimes be a little bit challenging when we get faced with that. Oof, I just saw the truth in a situation. Wow, I thought that was what was going on, but now I know it was. Okay, so it can be a little challenging sometimes. But I do think you can take a negative situation that might have left you feeling a little bit, you know, challenged, and you can make it into a positive situation. Okay, there's going to be a solution here by seeing the truth in a situation that's going to allow you to take that leap of faith. Because at the end of the day, this is what you want. You want to go forward with the Nine of Pentacles. You want to be able to see prosperity in your life and happiness, and you want to be able to move forward in a positive direction. And, you know, I think you've done excellent work here. You've worked hard for what you've got, and you deserve to, you know, have the time of your life and enjoy it. And finding peace and contentment now in your garden here of abundance, being able to walk in there and enjoy it. I think you've worked hard all by yourself. I think that's what this is here with the Nine of Pentacles, going solo, showing the world what you were made of and having to do all that work. But it's successful. And you will, with your due diligence, your determination, and your consistency, keep moving forward here, because you will see, if you are self-employed, you will start to see the rise of profit here. You will start to see things succeed in your, you could be coming into some resources here that will help you see this success. This is also about receiving something. And it could be an unexpected windfall. It could be an inheritance. It could be a remittance check. It could be anything coming into you that could be unexpected that you're going to be receiving, which is wonderful. But some of you could be tapping into the environment more. You could be working with the environment. You could be getting yourself out there and grounding yourself in Mother Nature, realizing that you need to get out there and be involved in that. You could also be thinking about, if things come in for you, a windfall comes in, or you're able to see clearly here with a settlement or anything, you're going to want to renovate your house. You're going to want to do some upgrades. You're going to want to paint the walls. You're going to want to, anything like that. You're going to want to do some redecorating. And you're going to have the resources. And the funny thing is, when we think about that, it always sounds overwhelming. Oh my gosh, it's work. But when you actually have the resources to go out and pick and choose what you want, you're going to have the energy to do it. Okay, you will have the energy to do it. So cleaning up business here, not leaving things unresolved, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and following through on your plans. Okay, what it was, your goal here is to walk in your garden of abundance in the month of August, and you need to keep thinking that way. Now, coming in with September, you have been given the potential gateway. Oh, yes, I love this. So there might be a new course or route that's coming into your awareness, and it's time to utilize your knowledge and complete the task at hand. We talked about that with the unfinished symphony. Make sure what you start, you finish, right? You want to make sure that everything's done. You tie up loose ends, because as you finish one aspect of your life, you're going to begin thinking about what you would like to do next. This is part of your life's journey, and you're constantly shifting and developing. You may feel contentment, fulfillment, and pride because you've accomplished something. There's going to be productivity and a reward as a bonus for your efforts, so keep doing this. The good fortune you realize is evidence that you're putting sufficient energy into your life's journey to get out of it all you desire. So gung-ho. Gung-ho, my beautiful Geminis. Keep moving towards those goals. Don't be afraid. Finish up, tie up loose ends here to find that peace and harmony that you want. So beautiful, beautiful. And there's going to be new opportunities, a gateway to see something clear, being able to have that sight line of what's going to be at the end of that lane, at the end of that path, the end of that tunnel, that portal opening up to you to say, oh, now I can see the potential, success that I've been working hard for. So Justice card, Judgment card, and Five of Swords. Battling on, winning the battle. Yeah, you may have had to fight for something here for a very long time. You may have had to advocate for yourself. You may have had to defend yourself here. And now you're going to see that you will win. However, there's consequences. Pick your battles wisely. Always know when we go into battle mode, there will be consequences and there may be risks involved. But this is a card that says, sometimes we have to be careful because it's almost like a no-win situation. Yeah, we won the war, we won the battle, but we won the war, but we lost the battle. So there could be a parting of ways with someone. There could be, consequences with something here. But I do believe that at the end of the day, you shake your head and you say, well, why did it have to go this way? Why did it have to go on so long? Why couldn't we have been more amicable? Why couldn't we have settled in a friendly manner? Whatever the case is, especially if some of you are dealing with legal issues. Now, keep in mind that you are going to be able to move forward now. You're going to get a second chance. You're going to get this freedom to go after what you want, because the Judgment card speaks of that. It's all about the choices and decisions that you've made in the past as you battled through your challenges. You now can see that sight line. You now can go forward. You now have a new beginning. It's like rebirth. And it's almost like you're saying, oh my God, the universe finally came through for me. The divine stepped up. And now I'm getting what I've worked hard for. So this is beautiful. The month of September is going to be like freedom. The month of September is going to be a real eye-opener for some of you Geminis, where you're going to feel that all the pain and effort that you've applied to something is now starting to show gradual success. Okay, abundance is coming into you. Yes, new beginnings. You made a decision to change things up. Maybe you've resolved any unfinished work. You're allowing yourself to be open-minded with this new potential gateway opening up to you to do new things, and that's where you're going to have this new beginning, and you're going to be very, 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 very happy about it. Justice is going to be served. So whatever you've been fighting for, advocating for, defending yourself for, promoting yourself and doing all the groundwork is going to pay off, because at the end of the day, there's going to be a decision made, and that decision will go in your favor. So you will be, whatever you've worked on, they're going to agree to, they're going to step up, they're going to do and help you out with a situation here. I love it. But like I said, you get to see the situation here, but you might have to deal with some compromise. And for some reason, I'm seeing that here. There could be a bit of compromise here. We always don't get 100% of what we want, but if we stay open-minded, we can make that amount go farther. Okay, that's what they're telling me. So it's not a little amount, but you will be able to come out ahead of the game. So justice is going to be waived in your favor. If you're dealing with a legal issue, you're dealing with settlements, you're dealing with custody suits, you're dealing with disbursements of properties, whatever the case is, or you're dealing with a wrongful dismissal at your place of work and employment, and you're going for what you deserve and your pension and being compensated for your time. You're going to get that, okay? Depending on who this reading's for, it can be very different for each of you. But I do think you're going to find, you're going to have that breath of fresh air. You're going to be able now to look at your future, see that sight line, go down that path towards your new beginning. And all your fighting that you did at the end of the day does pay off, but it's major struggle that you've had to go through to get there, okay? It didn't come easy, but at the end of the day, you get what you need and you deserve. Wow. Now, let's see what we've got in our relationship or romance, depending on whether you're single or you're attached. This is free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So, you might have been tied down in a relationship or felt as though you were tied down in a relationship that might not have been going anywhere, okay? A no-win situation. And you've been going around and around in circles here, and it's time now for you to get off that merry-go-round and open the gate and get out. Okay, get off that horse that you've been riding and riding and riding in a circle, and also just continually repeating habits, okay? It's been a pattern. You need to free yourself from that and open yourself up to going forward and being your own boss here now, being in control of your own emotions and your own life. You may have felt trapped, right? And perhaps you've relinquished control to someone else, or maybe you feel smothered in your career or relationship. As you tune into yourself, you'll sense the specific areas where this message applies to you. You can even ask yourself, in what ways do I feel limited or constrained, and deal with them. Unfinished, situation here. Deal with it. Trust the answers you receive. It comes to you, this message. Because they've heard you. They've heard, the universe has heard where you are and how you feel. This is, as you commit to taking back control of your life, your feelings will naturally thaw and reawaken. This leads to a greater capacity for you to love yourself, your partner, your experiences in life. So this is about you facing the music, being honest, open, realizing that you matter. You deserve to be happy. And if it means walking away from a situation or a relationship, divorcing yourself from that situation so that you can find your peace and harmony, you need to do that. Because once you do come to that realization, for some of you, for others, you may be communicating creatively, freeing yourself of what you think and the things you want to say, opening up and being open to that, opening your throat chakra, speaking it, but going through your heart chakra, because you need to, pass it through, a compassionate, loving filter here when you do communicate with them. And it's okay to say, I'm out of here. I wish you well. I will always be grateful for what the energy we shared, the love we shared, the situations and the experience we shared. But there comes a time where something can wear out its life expectancy. Something can wear out its welcome. And you shouldn't be stuck in a situation you're not happy. And that means in a relationship, a friendship, a phase in your life that's holding you back, or even a job that you feel is just weighing you down. Well, this is your reading, your 3-month reading. And Gemini, I wish you all the best. And stay positive. I do think you're going to find something coming in here that's going to work out for you in your favor as you progress through these 3 months. Please play safe, stay safe, and be safe. Always know I send you lots of love, many blessings, and I'll see you soon.